What's up guys, Mickle here, and how many times have you heard someone in the cryptocurrency industry say that XRP has no utility? Well, in this video, I want to show you why these people are completely wrong and purposely trying to create a narrative that doesn't exist. I also want to talk about something Deaton just put on Twitter. He just gave a prediction for when he thinks the Ripple SEC case is going to end, and he also breaks down why he thinks XRP might be one of the best investments out there right now. We're going to go over the tweet Deaton just put out, so make sure to stick around for that. Guys, I'm also trying to get to 50k subscribers, so make sure if you haven't already, you like this video and subscribe to the channel. I know it doesn't seem like it's much, but it's really going to help me out a lot. Also, if you guys ever need a place to buy some XRP or the Flare token, make sure to check out my favorite exchange, Uphold, using the link in the description of this video. With that said though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So I want to start out this video and just give Uphold a quick shout out. Now, they're not paying me to say this isn't an advertisement, but I think they're doing something really cool here. Uphold is actually giving out the Flare distribution to anyone staking Flare on their platform. Now, the reason this is so cool is I don't think any other exchange is offering this, and it's actually making it a lot easier for people who don't want to custody their own tokens to make sure they get the Flare airdrops. Now, I've been saying on this channel recently that I was extremely surprised with how big these Flare airdrops were, and I was saying to anyone who was using a centralized exchange and holding their tokens there to figure out how to stake their Flare tokens on the Bifrost wallet so they don't miss out on any of the future airdrops. Well, it looks like if you actually have your Flare tokens on Uphold and stake them there, they will make sure you get the future Flare airdrops. So I just wanted to shout that out, and like I said earlier, there is a link for Uphold down in the description of this video. So now I want to move on and go over the absurd statement that I think we've all heard before, that XRP has no utility. Now, the people who say this are typically Bitcoin maxis who I honestly really do think know better. They're just trying to FUD XRP because they're scared of it. They know XRP is one of the few cryptocurrencies that could seriously disrupt Bitcoin. So rather than going after it with an argument that actually holds merits, they just try to completely FUD the project and say it's a scam, it's a joke, it doesn't work at all. But just the other day, we got the proof of exactly why XRP is gonna transform our future financial system, and this is just something Bitcoin could never do. These are the kinds of things that Bitcoin maxis are so scared of. These are the kind of things Bitcoin will never be able to do, and that's why they resort to such crazy extreme arguments when they're talking about the XRP ledger. So take a look at this. This was tweeted out by XRP News, and it's pointing out that the other day, $755 million was moved over the XRP ledger in less than 4 seconds for only a penny. Now, this is something that is absolutely impossible in our traditional financial system, and something that you can't do on almost any other cryptocurrency network out there. Now, there are some cryptocurrency networks that might have faster transactions than this. I think most people would agree 4 seconds is pretty fast and definitely a massive upgrade, but there's some cryptocurrency networks that might have 2-second transactions. The problem with those networks is they don't have the liquidity to actually facilitate a $755 million payment. There's just not enough market cap there to get that done. And this is a really important concept that I don't think a lot of people out there understand. You can have the best tech in the entire world, but if you don't have significant market adoption, it does not matter. Think about search engines like Google. There are likely better search engines out there, but Google has the biggest market adoption by far. Because of that, none of the other tech out there matters. I could create a search engine 10x better than Google, it won't matter. Google has market adoption. That is absolutely critical for cryptocurrencies. You can't only have good tech, you need to have market adoption, and that is something that makes the XRP ledger so special. They have Ripple going to these financial institutions, helping them understand cryptocurrency, helping them understand how cryptocurrency can transform their business. And that is going to be absolutely critical in making sure XRP is one of the most widely adopted cryptocurrencies out there. Think about something like Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a horrible tech. There are much better cryptocurrencies out there than Bitcoin, but people are still using it, and it's still the biggest one out there. Why is that? It has amazing market adoption. Now, my favorite part about XRP is I think one day it's going to have the tech and the leading market adoption. It's not ever going to be the fastest network out there. It's not ever going to be the cheapest, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be. It just has to be good enough, and it is way better than good enough. Not only that though, they have an all-star team leading the way, making sure that these traditional financial institutions are getting on board, and I just think this is an extremely powerful combination to create a dynamic where XRP can really become a technology that is critical in building a new financial system. I think this just goes to show how insane it is when people come out and say XRP has no utility. The XRP ledger is doing things that can't be done in our traditional financial system, and I'm not sure how you could have more utility than that. Now, if you pair everything I just said with the fact that XRP might be about to be the first cryptocurrency in the United States with legal clarity, you get a very, very, very interesting investment opportunity. Now, the reason I put that out there is because XRP, in my opinion, is the leading cryptocurrency out there for actually being used in the financial system. But what has happened over the last couple years is the price has been suppressed. The SEC has kept big money out of XRP. Deaton Moore Jr. actually has a very interesting theory about what is going on and what kind of investors are in XRP by what happened when the SEC case got dropped. When the SEC brought their case against Ripple and XRP, the price of XRP plummeted. Now, what is so interesting about this is the other day the SEC actually went after Tron and Justin Sun, and the price of Tron barely moved. So what is Deaton Moore Jr. pointing out here? Well, he's pointing out the fact that the reason XRP probably plummeted so much and a coin like Tron didn't is because XRP is mostly made up of institutional investors. Institutional investors could not risk holding XRP during the Ripple SEC case. They have a lot more liability than people like you and me. The SEC is actually looking to go after people like them. So these institutional investors had to get rid of their XRP to be safe. People like me and you, we didn't get rid of our XRP, but we don't dominate XRP's market. Institutional investors do. And that's why a token like Tron didn't go down. It's almost all retail investors. It's almost all wash trading. There's no one significant in Tron. Therefore, when the SEC went after it, well, no one was forced to sell. It was just a bunch of children holding the Tron token hoping it would go up, and there wasn't any big money in it. Now, if you're holding Tron, I didn't mean to offend anyone. At the end of the day, it's not my favorite project. I just wanted to put that out there, but I think it's a very important thing we need to pay attention to. There's big money in XRP, and we know that because when they were forced to sell it because of the SEC's case, it wasn't people like me and you. It was institutional investors. And I want to come back to John Deaton's tweet now, because now that we know that big money is in XRP, or was in XRP before the Ripple SEC case, and this case is about to end, those people are going to come back in. And not only are those people going to come back in, but people who have wanted to get back into XRP for the last 2 years but haven't because of this case are going to be green lighted to get back in. Now, most of these institutions aren't going to touch other cryptocurrencies. There's too much legal uncertainty around them. They don't want to take the risk. But this is actually going to funnel them all into the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger is going to be seen as one of the only cryptocurrencies out there to have absolutely no risk. And that's because it's going to be the only one with certain clarity by the courts. This is something the SEC is never going to give, and something that could be years away from Congress. This is why I think John Deaton is saying XRP has some of the best risk-reward potential out there. We are already seeing XRP's price suppressed to a level where even if we lost this case, what's going to happen? We're already trading like this case is lost. That's how we've been trading for the last 2 years. The SEC has kept us down here. Retail's not going to sell even if the SEC wins, and at the end of the day, institutions will just have to figure out a different way to get exposure. But nothing's really going to change. But if you compare that or contrast that with the fact that, hey, what if Ripple wins and all these institutions can get back in? Well, you have an event that can cause explosive upside. Also, and this isn't even being talked about right now, but most of Ripple's business has been shut down in the United States. What happens when this case ends? What happens when institutions can actually start using XRP and not just investing in it? This is going to cause a cascading effect that could actually make XRP a monopoly in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. This is something the SEC tried to give Ethereum, but they failed because Ethereum never got the legal clarity. Ethereum didn't outlast the previous SEC commissioner because the second a new SEC commissioner came in, they just changed their mind and changed their mind on the status of Ethereum. This is something that will never happen with XRP, and I agree with John Deaton was saying it could be the greatest risk reward out there. And how long until we finally get that clarity? Well, John Deaton thinks we could have a decision in this case as early as next week. Now, I have seen a lot of reasons why we should have a ruling by the end of March, and it has to do with the legal process and some rulings Judge Torres has to get in before the end of March. But even if it doesn't, John Deaton thinks max we are a couple weeks away. So let's hope next week we finally get the ruling we have all been waiting for, because I have a feeling once that comes in, we have some very exciting days ahead of us. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.